I am MJ. I am the Managing Director and co-founder with my lovely husband Ed of Smileworks Liverpool. I am here to give you some advice on how to weather the storm and what provisions you can put in place to make sure that your business has a better chance of survival in these very, very difficult times. Our first priority is making sure that our patients, our customers, are safe. This meant closing the practice. Whether we liked it or not, there was no way of ensuring that the safety of patients was guaranteed. So we closed the doors and we bit the bullet, and we did that early on. The next hurdle was communicating to our patients, our clients, to keep them happy and to keep them informed. That's really important. So I have been on the phone this week, speaking to our patients, keeping them informed, keeping them in the loop, and telling them approximately when we expect to reopen. The next priority is your people. Your people are your most valuable asset, and making sure that our people are cared for adequately and that they also know what's going on is really, really important. Furlough. Nobody really knows what's going on. The government have promised us 80% of our employees' wages, but this was now over a week ago, and we still don't have very many more details as to when that's going to be forthcoming. Be honest with your people. Furlough's not going to be this week. It might not be next week. It might not be in a couple of weeks' time, but it will be forthcoming. Furlough pay can be backdated according to gov.uk to the date that you laid off your workers or paused your workforce. So it's vitally important to keep a record of that and make sure that you've got records for all of your staff, who's on furlough, who's on sick leave. Businesses die because they run out of cash. One of the best pieces of advice that our business has ever had is to keep 6 months of overheads in an account for rainy days. This crisis is about cash flow, and there's only a certain number of ways in which you can make this situation better, and one of them is to reduce your expenses. So what we did in the first instance is go through our P&L line by line and cross off anything that we may not need to spend on in the next 2, 3, 4 months, and when those expenses are likely to recur again. The next way to improve your cash flow is to borrow. The government initiative is a business interruption loan, and that business interruption loan is available to solvent businesses who need to borrow money in order to overcome this crisis of not earning. Most business banks are signed on to this, and it will be actually remarkably simple to get access to that funding and in order to calculate exactly what you need. What you should be calculating is around about 6 months overheads with your business closed or semi-open. So what we've done is we've anticipated that our business will remain closed for 2/3 months and then gradually reopen to around about 50% performance in 6 months' time. And that is probably a realistic estimate. If we happen to bounce back to 100% revenue within 3-4 months, then that is wonderful, but likely that is not going to happen. With any borrowing, you have to always understand that it's borrowing. You have to pay it back. So don't borrow above your means. Don't borrow money that you are not going to be able to repay. And this is why you need financial clarity, because what you've got to understand is, if you borrow this money, are you still going to be a viable business at the end of it? And you need up-to-date records in order to make that very, very critical assessment. And for some businesses, that will be green light go. And for some businesses, it will mean that you're no longer viable and you will not be able to weather this storm, even if you get given a load of money. You have to also look at your personal expenses, because in a small business, your personal expenses are very closely linked to your business expenses. Directors are often paid as dividends or are self-employed and are very closely interlinked with how your business performs. So living above your means in this critical time is not ideal. You can get mortgage holidays for your business and you can get mortgage holidays for yourself. And I would recommend that anyone who is closely interlinked with their business makes use of that. Business rates are a mess. We have really struggled with getting an answer out of the local council in terms of business rates, and because everyone is now calling and everyone needs this help, I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but a business rates interruption for your business would also be crucial in saving some cash. We don't really know what's going on with self-employed help at this moment in time, and the government have said end of June, and to be quite honest, my priority lies with getting it right for my patients and getting it right for my people and protecting my business. Guys, you are small business owners. You are the backbone of this nation. You have weathered storms that are unthinkable. That's why you are business owners. You can do the almost impossible and you will weather this. So chin up, work through it logically. Get in touch with me if you need any advice, assistance, or any numbers from any people that I might have been in touch with. Reach out to your colleagues and lend each other a helping ear and a helping hand in these critical times. But we will get through this and it will be better soon.